REG Women's Basketball Club. I mean, this team has just been great. They are 4-0. They have just been, brutally destroying and demolishing teams. They've just continued in the demolition rampage since the first game that they played. And even I covered them when I was talking about the REG versus Equity game. I know this game was actually very hard for me to watch because they're just destroying my hometown team, the Equity Hawks. And I covered this, and it was just it was just very difficult to watch. And let's just talk about it because REG from tip off, you could see they played against Overdose in their first game. This game was so it was such a lopsided game. It was the first game of the tournament, and they just whitewashed them. Then I can say the most intriguing and spectacular matchup that I liked watching was the REG versus Interclub game. This game went down to the wire. 96-89 was the final score. You had the juggernaut REG just going up against Interclub. Interclub, full credit to them because this is a team that made the Africa Women's Cup finals, and they matched up against a Sporting in that championship game. So this is a team that is grit and grind, and they know exactly what they need to do. Their point guard Lucas is just sensational. Like, she can literally take apart a defense. She has very good ball handling, and she is a threat, especially on the offensive end. She can really take any defense apart. I can say that because I witnessed firsthand what she did to KPA last year, and she's just kept improving every single year. When I just look at the film then and I look at the film now, I mean, she's just out of this. She has been playing out of her mind, and REG just had like a lot of talent, a lot of good players on the roster, and despite even like the late game heroics that Interclub had set, of course REG just had an answer, and they just kept on scoring late in the game, and this game was just very entertaining to watch. And I can say this was like, albeit the hardest game REG played, and they're able to succeed. And the other game that they played, my Equity Hawks, they just beat them, thoroughly. It was they just got them out of the way quickly, painlessly, held the Equity Hawks to 50 points. I can see this is one of the easiest game that they had because this game was over in the second half. So there's that. Then there's the Aspak team, another weak team that REG just took apart with ease. And you can see like the weak teams. You have the Overdose team, the Equity Hawks, and Aspak. They are weak teams, honestly. None of them posed a threat. And the only team that posed a threat in this case was the Interclub team. And right now they're going to face UDLA Basket, and this is actually a game that I can even predict, and I just call it and just say REG are just gonna beat this because there are three teams that I'm monitoring, and I feel like they'll make it to the finals, or one of these three teams will make it. It's either REG, Interclub, or the defending champions A Sporting. These are the only teams that have the ability to be able to get to that point. Even looking at the main contributors, you can see they brought in T Mitchell. She has been sensational. She is leading in all statistical categories in points, rebounds, assists. She's averaging 24.5 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 5.8 assists. And her productivity has really helped this squad. You can see D Philoxy, she's just following right behind her. You can see she is averaging 19 points per game, and their efficiency is actually quite good, 21. You can see T Mitchell is very efficient. Her points are scored the right way. I know you have to find a way to be able to you score your points, and she's getting to her spots and cashing them every single time. And that's the reason as to why you're seeing how effective she is. And with her leading the charge, REG are just unstoppable. And even if REG or Interclub meet a Sporting, it's just going to be a good treat. It's just going to be a good matchup to see because of how the styles that they are playing with. You're seeing the incorporation with the three ball with a Sporting. They're relying on the three ball 50%, and you can also see they are fighting for them second chance points, and they're converting them to quick catch and shoot threes because they are surrounding themselves. They have so many shooters on the squad. And you can see with REG, it's a mix of both using the three ball, skill, ball handling, and driving to the basket. So you're seeing there's a lot of change in how like a team plays, especially when two elite teams are gonna match up. I saw in the interclub game, which I'm gonna reference more in this video, this game in particular was just great. Let me just check it. Let me just open it up real quick because it just went down to the wire. Both teams were just delivering them solid punches, and there was no point in time where you were sure who was gonna win. At some point, you saw that comeback Interclub had, and you might have thought like Interclub were just going to cut the lead like that, but there was there was a certain point in the game where you would not know what was going to happen because you saw as both teams were just scoring in there, but Interclub tried their physicality. They went in for them offensive boards. They had 28 offensive boards, and this in part allowed them to be able to like cut the lead like that. But because REG just had like them good shooters, they had them good ball handlers, and they just knew how and when to pick their shots well. They won this ball game eventually. So I like this game, and watching either Interclub versus A Sporting, REG or A Sporting, this will be a matchup that I will make sure to present to you guys, and also just give my own honest opinion and coverage on it. So REG, they're just a team that is destined for greatness. They have a very good federation. FIBA are doing an excellent job. I know KPA beat REG twice, and their roster has been tweaked a bit, so they're much stronger than they were even in Zone 5. So this is not just your typical average Zone 5 team. This is a team that can take it to you and deliver it to you like, cold. And that's what they did to the Equity Hawks. That's what they did to Overdose. That's what they did to Interclub. I mean, they've just, they've just been great and sensational, and I've loved every single minute of it. Sometimes I just look at an REG game, I just feel excited because they just have every single player that they need. They have, and please be sure to check out the highlight, check out the full games because they're just too exciting to watch. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think about REG. I feel like they are the real favorites. Them, A Sporting and Interclub, they are the real favorites in there. I'll give the nod to Interclub because I feel like a championship is going to come from either the defending champion A Sporting or REG and Interclub. So comment what you think in the comment section on who you think is going to win inside inside my selection of those three. So yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.